you always think about being in tech? What did you want to do?
A day after I dropped out, I tried to commit suicide. And so I was in my garage.
Yeah.
You know, I had a note that said, "Sorry, Mom." I was lost. I have no idea what I wanted to do.
How'd your parents handle that?
That job was so toxic. I was in fire and I could not leave the fire.
Yeah.
I had a meeting with one of my mentors. He's like, "How much money you want to make?" I said, "I want to make $250,000. He was like, "Okay, the number that you just told me, double it." Like 2-3 weeks later, after setting this goal, I started to see opportunities to make $500,000. 2 months later, I hit my goal. Now we're here. I'm at the point where I just retired my 9-to-5 last month on the 8th. I bought my new house. Got my dream car, Porsche Taycan Turbo.
Okay.
That was the first time I have a physical evidence. And so in my whole belief system just changed. So I already have the mindset I want to impact millions of lives on a global scale. And there's no doubt in my mind. That it's just a matter of time.
This is Saul Levy, host of Africans in Tech, where we're building bridges and shaping futures in tech. On the podcast today, we got my guy, Tayo Ibijamalusi. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. Tayo and I hooked up through Instagram, but we actually met yesterday at Justice's event. So shout out Justice, which Bon Apotec. Was a really good event where she got a bunch of us together, engineers who are already practicing and whatnot, and just talk about life and what we do, and then share different ideas and just network. So definitely encourage you guys to check it out. She does an event in ATL, I think DC, and then one in Dallas as well. But she's also doing some stuff in Miami. So again, shout out Justice. But Tayo, welcome, bro.
Glad to be here.
Cool, man. So what I usually do is just ask guests to just do a quick intro about themselves. Nothing technical, just a bit about yourself, and then we'll go from there, bro.
Name.
Yeah. Where you from, background, all that jazz.
Okay, cool. So my name is Tayo Ibijamalusi. People call me Tayo for short, like tire shoes. On Instagram, social media platforms, it's Tayo Lucy. And what I do, I teach IT professionals how to make $500,000 a year, working 2 to 3 hours a day on average using Cloud Engineer. And so been doing that for a while, probably within the last 2 years, and love it. A big thing about me is giving back and serving people. And that's what I lead by. And lifelong goal, something that I'm working towards, is just impacting millions of lives on a global scale. So pretty excited. Still kind of early on in my journey, but just leading with God and leading with faith and just moving one day at a time.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So Nigerian, right?
Nigerian.
Okay. Siblings?
I have 3 older brothers.
Okay.
I'm the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They always say I'm the baby of the house.
Gotcha. Were you born in Nigeria or here?
Yeah, so I was born in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Okay, Silver Spring.
Holy Cross. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Holy Cross, yeah. So I actually did some work for them. That's actually right before I transitioned to tech. I was one of the stress testers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
nice.
This was before I got into my tech phase, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
How's it growing up in Silver Spring?
So I grew up in Lanham, Maryland. But it was cool. I moved to Bowie when I was 8, and it was just a whole new world, mansions, and you just wanted to get to a better environment, to be honest.
Yeah.
My mom was, the area was kind of a little bit rough, and she heard someone died a couple doors down, and she was like, "Nah, we got to get out of here." And so my mom, African, scared, working hard, 2-3 jobs, pay the mortgage, dad too as well. So grew up in Bowie. It was different, but different, better environment, but love it. Can't complain.
Dope, man. Yeah, actually, I won't say I grew up in Bowie, but I spent most of my later years in Bowie when I went to University of Maryland College Park. Shout out Terps. I was at I don't know if you remember where off of Lanham Severn. I was by Old Town Bowie, so we had our house over there.
Okay.
And then when you talk about big houses, I forget the name of that community. It's one of the richest Black communities actually in PG County, for those who don't know, is one of the richer Black communities or counties in the U.S. in general. I think they're top 5 or something like that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So you see a lot of affluent, Black Americans and Africans in that area, and that really inspired me as well when
Mm.
I was going up watching that. But I was just commenting on it because that area I saw a lot of like huge houses,
Yeah.
and that was my first time as well. I was like, oh my god, like these
Yeah.
things are like
Yeah. Yeah.
ginormous, man.
Yeah. When I used to bring some friends, they were like, just like, wow, like it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like people that's not from there.
right.
And then I remember one of my friends, he came for the first time and he passed my house and he was just still just taking it in, just looking at different houses. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
this is crazy.
yeah,
And so for me, I've been there for a while. I'm just, kind of accustomed to it. But it's
yeah.
just like, sometimes you kind of forget, being brought up in certain environments, how privileged you can be.
Definitely,
So just being humble, being grateful,
definitely,
and just gratitude.
definitely, man.
Hmm.
What did your mom and dad do? Likewise.
So my mom, she used to be a nurse.
Okay.
I told her, she doesn't have to work. I gotta take
Dope,
care of her.
dope, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
Okay.
was why I actually started
Okay.
my whole journey
Yeah.
was saw my parents, still working 2, 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And they're not struggling,
Yeah.
but it's they're
Right.
still working,
Right. Right.
and they've been doing that since I was born.
Gotcha.
Even before I was born.
Gotcha.
So I come back from college and I still see my parents, still working. And it just kind of, I didn't really realize it, but
Right.
it just hit me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, nah, they're getting older,
Right.
walking up the steps a little bit slower,
Yeah.
Just like, nah, my parents raised me, in a good way.
Yeah.
Blessed by having, my parents, love them to death.
Yeah.
But being able to see them still working and working hard too.
Right.
And they're getting up to that age. It's just
Yeah.
like, you just hit me different. It's like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of my parents.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
so,
what about your dad? I know you said mom's.
yeah.
nurse,
So my mom's a nurse, and then
Okay.
my dad, he's a security guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he works,
Okay. Like physical security.
yeah,
Okay,
physical
gotcha.
security.
Okay.
So like, I think he works for Homeland Security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
Dad's still working though.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He doesn't know.
Yeah. Let's say most dads it's tough to get him to stop.
Yeah. My dad doesn't know. My dad doesn't know it yet. I don't even think he knows like a lot of stuff that I do.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I just want to surprise him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna surprise him like, hey dad, you don't got to work no more.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take him to like my dad loves cars,
Okay.
so I'm gonna take it to a dealership.
Dope, man.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
just pick whatever car you
Yeah.
want.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a lot of people get to do that, man. And,
Yeah.
we'll get into like how you got to that level, man. But
Yeah.
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Congrats to you and the family, man.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We thank God.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Growing up, did you did you always think about being in tech? What did you want to do?
So, it's crazy because my dad used to teach A+,
Mhm.
and I grew up. My mom tells me this, like, Tyler, you used to like help your father's students like change the background or just do different stuff on the
Yeah.
computer.
Okay.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Like it's like the way they made it seem like it's like I knew how to type before I knew how to like write, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just kind of always around technology, computers.
Yeah.
But I always like my heart is just I love to help people.
Yeah.
I love to serve people.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't always in tech. I just was around it.
Gotcha.
And then when I went to school, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And so I told my mom I wanted to do psychology. Coming from an African household, she said, "Yeah, you're not coming home." She said, and I was at school. I was in high school at the time. I was like, "Dang, I gotta figure something out."
Yeah.
So my mom said, "You have a good heart. You like helping people.
Mhm.
Why have you thought about nursing?"
Yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, okay, interesting."
Yeah.
And so I focused in nursing. That was what I went to school for.
Okay.
Definitely was partying. Like first 2 years, I was
Yeah.
still getting good grades.
What school did you go to?
Frostburg State University.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
FSU. Okay. Dope.
Yeah,
Dope. Dope.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool school.
I went to Salisbury, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm very familiar with Frostburg.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so pretty much to sum it up, I got into nursing school by God's grace.
Yeah.
The third day of nursing school, I dropped out. And that was like a really, really pivoting point in my life.
Gotcha.
Because I had this big goal and dream to like really want to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially in Nigeria where I'm from.
Okay. Dope.
And I'm sitting here like, dang, I can't even get past this like, next step in my life.
Yeah.
And then family pressure. A day after I dropped out, I tried to commit suicide.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I was in my garage.
Yeah.
I had a note that said, "Sorry, Mom. put on the passenger seat,
Yeah.
and I turned on the car. And I don't know when I was, supposed to pass out or whatever, but
Yeah.
I heard a voice and it said, "It's not your time." So I thinking it's God.
Yeah.
And so I turned off the car. I went inside my house and I just started like crying, like
Yeah.
just going crazy. It was a lot. It was
Yeah.
like, my mom really wanted this for me. My mom has her own business and nursing, her own clinic, so she wanted me to kind of take it over. Um, Coming in a Nigerian household, you dropped out of school was like, it's one of the worst things.
Yeah.
So I was lost. Like I was like, I have no idea what I wanted to do.
Right.
And it was hard. Like I
can imagine, bro.
Yeah. When you're depressed, you're like looking forward to going back to sleep.
Yeah.
So it was tough. It was tough. And at that time it was really pivotal. I mean, it was an important time in my life because that's when I met my mentor.
Okay.
And my mentor, he's doing okay, well off.
Yeah.
But funny enough, he's my uncle. And I knew of him growing up.
Yeah.
And so my parents had told me, hey, maybe you should, just go to his house, be around a good influence.
Right.
And so I went to his house. And I'll never forget something he told me. He said, Tayo. And he was just saying this. He wasn't trying to flex or, show off. He was just trying to give me to have a certain mindset and understanding. He said, Tayo, my parents, I take care of them. He said, my wife's parents, I take care of them. I said, what?
Yeah.
You take care of your wife's parents?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so it was just something I looked up to in terms of, like that's what I want to do too.
Right.
The next semester I went back to school. My mom kind of pushed me a little bit, even if you don't know what you want to do, just be in that environment.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Talking about this, actually bringing back some memories. I went back. One of my friends, he let me stay at his single apartment because he had a girl he was living with.
Yeah.
I was like in bed like all the time. Days I wouldn't go to class. Like I would probably go to one class a week. Jesus Christ. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I did accounting. I changed my major to accounting, and then I did information systems. And that's when I learned about IT.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay too much attention to IT.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing you can study.
Yeah.
Because when I opened, like, it was like a foundation book. I'm like, I know this stuff. This is stuff that my dad used to teach. Like computer hardware, computer networking, just different stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it.
Dope.
And so I was talking to, some people in the department, and they were explaining, information, like IT is more so like leaning towards like technology and business.
Yeah.
Computer information systems is more so like in between business and computer science. And the computer science is more like coding.
Right.
And so I had a business background too as well. I used to sell, back in high school, I used to sell like candy.
Yeah.
My mom was like, here's like Snapples, go ahead and sell it.
Yeah.
She wanted me to kind of have like a business mindset at a young age.
Right.
Literally made, a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
I did photography, so I had my own photography business.
Yeah.
So when I heard tech and business, I said, that's it.
That's dope, bro.
And so it was a challenge, but I ended up graduating December 2019.
Okay.
And that's I know I went on a whole tangent.
No, bro. This is important, man. I think this is an important part of your story. So that's dope, bro.
It's it was crazy. I've had some challenges, but overcame them through God, only through God.
Yeah.
I give him all the glory, all the recognition. It's not just me.
Yeah.
But you graduated, and then you hear, you get your degree, get your certs, jobs coming in.
Yeah.
And so I graduated. I'm like, cool, about to make some money.
Yeah.
I heard people tech make good money. I heard people, they play video games at work. It's just like, there's nothing to do. And so I'm like, that's what I want to do. I graduated. It wasn't like that. It was not like that at all.
Yeah. This is FSU still, right? From Frostburg?
Yeah, Frostburg.
Okay,
I graduated. So this was after I graduated.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so I was applying to jobs. Sorry, denied.
Yeah.
Denied. And I was like, wait a minute, jobs are supposed to come to me.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
What kind of jobs were you applying for?
So I wanted to be a database administrator.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I took a database class, learned SQL, SQL, then PLSQL.
Okay.
Um,
This was post grad, or you did this in school?
in school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then yeah, so I wanted to be a database administrator, applying
Yeah.
to database jobs.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. And then my cousin did a boot camp for database, for just SQL,
Gotcha.
database administrator, using
Okay.
Linux and stuff like that. And so I was like, cool. I did the boot camp. Horrible. Once I paid, like, the thing is, people are funny when it comes to business.
Yeah.
So I come from a day trading background,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll come back. I don't want to go on a tangent.
Yeah.
With day trading, I love it so much because you don't need another entity to make money.
Right.
Right. You can literally print money if you have the skill.
Yeah.
But in business, people are funny because, just speaking on this specific, person, I don't want to say his name, obviously,
Right.
but a lot of people will sell you on the front end, like, hey, this is glamorous, we're going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
As soon as I paid the money, never heard from him again.
Yeah.
So he gave me the course. I needed help, no support, no
Yeah.
nothing. I was like, yo, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, he sent me a laptop to do the program. The laptop was broken.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, you
Yeah.
know. So anyways, ended up finishing the boot camp. It was similar to what I learned in school, but I just needed to know how to get a job.
Right.
And so he just said, create your resume and
Yeah.
apply. Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work.
Right.
And this was around COVID. So December 2019 is when I graduated.
Yeah.
2020, this was like around maybe like May or something like that.
Yeah.
So still applying to jobs, nothing. You need your certifications. Cool. Studying for my Security Plus. Ended up getting my A plus Security Plus AWS CCP. Nothing. Nothing. And I failed Security Plus 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said that. I always love when people talk about their failures, because you can still fail your certs, but you can be successful, which we'll get into how you got there. But
Yeah.
I love the fact that you did mention that. So that's good. Yeah.
It's yeah, like the failures is actually how I got to where I'm at.
Yep.
Like pain, putting myself in fire.
Yep.
That's how diamonds are created.
Yep.
Fire and pressure. But essentially, yeah. So like I fell into this lie in terms of like degree and certifications, really certs, to get a tech job, and that wasn't the case.
Yep.
And so I'm an advocate towards, just based off my experience. There's some people that get certs and they get jobs, just not for me. That didn't happen to me,
Right.
And some other students that I teach to as well. And so, yeah. Fast forward a little bit, and I'm going on a tangent, but yeah. So I had a friend. His name is Mata.
Okay.
Shout out to Mata. He's a he's a pretty cool guy. I grew up with him.
Okay. What's his last name? Mata.
Mata Sama.
Syrian?
Yeah.
He's in UK or something like that?
Nah.
He's in trading though, right?
No. That might be somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I know Mata. That's why as soon as you said it, I feel like I know. It's probably the same Mata. And anyway, keep going. Sorry.
We grew up down the street, so Bowie,
Okay.
Bowie, Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he called me. He was like, "Hey, like, what are you doing?" I was like, studying right now." He was like, "Yeah, are you trying to do this like contract job?" I was like, "Nah." He was like, "You got something better else to do? Like, you making money right now?" I was like, "Nah." He was like, "Okay, you should come."
Yeah.
So I ended up coming. It was a 2-day contract position. I was a temp.
Okay.
And it was like a IT technician job, really just carrying printers,
Gotcha.
putting it into like the ports, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And when I got there, I was hungry.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to look for every and any opportunity I find.
Yeah.
Because I only had 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they extended it for like 3 days. I was like, oh, good. And then God is funny. God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went to break.
Yeah.
I came early off a break, and my team lead just hung up the phone. And I was like, oh, like, I forget. She had said something, but I asked her about it.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, oh yeah, just like, somebody wanted me to work for this opportunity. It's IT technician position. IT technician position. And I said no, because she said she wanted to go to North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and the position's in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, oh, like, I'm definitely interested. Is how can I, get in contact?
Yeah, yeah.
And so she gave me the recruiter's number. I called, did the interview, and I got my first IT technician
That's
job.
dope, bro. That's
Yeah,
dope. Yeah,
$21 an hour.
yeah,
And I was like, dang, I made it. Yes, like
yeah,
this. I got my foot in the door.
yeah.
That job was the worst job I've ever had in my life. I will not say companies' names or anybody's, names. That job was the worst job in my life. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. I'll say that. Oh my goodness.
I mean, is it because of the work, or is it a combination of work, people, culture?
Everything you just said was like scale from 1 to 10, maybe like a 0.5 negative. So yeah, it was horrible. Like I literally, oh my goodness. So I don't want to say too much because I don't want to say the company, I don't want to say the people,
Right.
just protect people. But I was making $21 an hour, 35,000 a year.
Mhm.
I was blessed and grateful for having this opportunity.
Right.
But if you're not careful, you'll be trapped. I knew one of my coworkers, he was working there for I think 30 years.
30?
30 years.
Bruh.
Yeah, still
Oh.
same.
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm sorry, fam.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So, yeah, my team lead, high school diploma, he was there for 25. It was and it was just, it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that was the worst job I've ever had, but it was the best job I ever had in my life because I went through so much fire.
Right.
And I had a habit of quitting.
Yeah.
Like at that time,
Right.
before I got that job.
Yeah.
And the first day I said, nah, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
They didn't train you. They give you documentation. The documentation is 579 pages to fix this one specific printer.
That's crazy.
And then the documentation, once you actually find the problem, it's it's not even related
to yeah.
And then when you call the team lead, he's not going to answer because he's so busy. And it was you have to figure this out. And then if you don't figure it out, you're getting screamed at by the boss, what's going on. And it's just you can't really say, I didn't get trained. They're figure it out.
Right.
Or and so it was just kind of a toxic environment. And I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. So I left the place I was at because I was servicing printers, just IT technician stuff at different locations.
Yep.
So I left the place and I called my mom. I said, Ma, she said, Tayo, where are you? I said, I'm driving. She said, eh? I said, yeah, I'm driving. She said, pretty much, my mom was like, you not coming home if you quitting.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, I can't come home. I'm trying to eat some fufu. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. But, I'm serious about it. My mom said, yeah, you're not coming home.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. So I turned my car around. I was 5 minutes out, went back to the location I was at. Yeah. And I was there for 6 hours trying to figure out this one small thing. Yeah. And the people at the bank, they felt bad for me a little bit. Yeah. Because after I was done, it wasn't even put together the right way. Yeah. And they saw the printer was a little off, but they were just thank you so much. I was just I was hoping they were gonna not, be oh, it's not working. Yeah. I was thank you too. Have a nice day. Yeah. So they gave me grace, and that job was so toxic. I was in fire and I could not leave the fire. Yeah. My mom said, you ain't coming home if you leave. And at the time, I was still staying with my parents, just graduated college. African household, pay off your student loans and get your own place, right? Yeah. And so, it was horrible. Yeah. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. That made me a dog. Yeah. I was like, something has to work. It's going to work or it's going to work. Right. That was no exceptions. I need to get out this fire. Yeah. Yeah. And I couldn't quit. Yeah. So at this time, I've only read one book in my life. I'm 24 years old, 25. Yeah. The book that I read was Goosebumps. Okay. Okay. I was a big Goosebumps guy. So, okay. Yeah. It was, I read it and it was pretty good. Yeah. But I think it was around December. I can't remember when, like October. The second book I read in my life was Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
And that opened up my whole perspective, my whole journey. Like that's my journey started with Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Just understanding about assets, liabilities,
Right.
just like I was like, we're playing the wrong game. We're playing the wrong game.
Right.
And I was praying and I was saying, okay, God, like I want you to lead, what's my next steps?
Right.
And I told myself I wanted to, learn how to trade stocks, crypto, forex, and real estate. Getting exposed to like Rich Dad Poor Dad, assets, having a skill. And I saw it was like 2-3 a.m. and I saw like a video on YouTube, and it was like it was like glowing to me. It was like
Okay.
it was late at night. The
Yeah.
video was like glowing. It just stuck out to me.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw EYL, Earn Your Leisure.
Okay.
And they were doing a podcast like this with a lady named Jessica Lane.
Okay.
And so Jessica Lane, she's like a day trader. And shout out Jessica Lane, changed my life, like insane. Can't
That's
even
dope.
explain it.
That's dope, man.
But yeah, so I saw the podcast. She was talking about day trading forex, and I was like, cool. I went to her website, and I saw that someone turned like something so small, like 500 to like 800,000 in like 9 or 10 months.
Yeah.
She was living in Jamaica, and so I said, sign me up.
Yeah.
But essentially, just to fast forward, that's how I got into day trading.
Gotcha.
This was December 2021.
Okay. Okay.
And
were you still working?
So I was working an IT technician job.
Yeah.
But now I knew that I needed to learn another skill to make more money and then to build assets.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, I was working an IT technician job, still going through it, learning day trading. And then, as I was learning day trading, I was like, okay, let me get out of this IT technician job and let me go for, like help desk. That's the next stage. So months go by, still learning, and lost all my money.
Trading, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't listen to, I didn't listen to what my teacher was telling me, Jessica Lane. I was just impatient, pretty much.
Yeah, emotional trading.
Yeah. I was supposed to practice, and then but I didn't practice. I didn't follow everything to the T. I just didn't follow the system, so it didn't work for me. But I was still learning how to day trade from other people, and then also looking for a way to get into help desk, and I wanted to work remote. So I could have more time, and so I could put that time into studying trading, high income skill, and now I can use a high income skill to put into assets, so I can essentially not have to work if I don't want to.
Gotcha.
So it pretty much, I got my help desk job, working remote, and it's a blessing. It's a game changer.
Yeah.
Once I started working remote, I was like, I have so much time, and so I could have been doing anything, like just doing stuff that didn't add value, but I put that time into learning day trading more.
Yep.
And day trading is a beast. Typically, it takes 2 years to be a consistently profitable trader.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that will post stuff online, they'll make money in a week, but they won't tell you that they just lost all the money the next week.
Right.
Yeah. And so, for me, a consistently profitable trader is like at least minimum a year of like consistently profits. Like it's something that you can live off of.
Right.
So I was doing it for 8 months, and I was consistently profitable, either making some money or breaking even.
Yeah.
But then my cousin hits me up. So my brother had a naming ceremony. No, I think he surprised his wife to marry her. I can't remember either one.
Yeah.
And our cousin that we grew up with, his name is Lalu. Shout out to Lalu. Changed my life too as well.
Yeah.
But I remember back in college, he was always like, yeah, I got you when you graduate. I'm going to give you some game.
Right.
And I forgot that he teaches. And so I saw that he, different offer letters that he helped people get.
Okay.
He helped one of his close friends gets like, 2 jobs, and they weren't in tech before.
Gotcha.
And so when I saw him, I was like, because my mind was like, I want to make more money working remote because I'm in tech already. I'm doing help desk, making like, I think it was like 45, 55 at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just make 6 figures.
Right.
So when I saw my cousin, I know he's doing well.
Right.
And I was like, literally, it was like a shark trying to hunt. I was like, hey, just hey, I'm interested. He's like, okay, we'll talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, so when you're trying to meet, he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and so we're like talking and having a conversation with the family,
Yeah.
eating stuff like that. And so like he was like, oh yeah, we'll talk. I was like, okay. And then started to converse about something. I was like, so when we meeting? I was like, what time?
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, meet tomorrow like 12 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I was just relentless in terms of like I'm this is what I need right now.
Right.
Because day trading at the time, and I'm going to different timelines, but at the time day trading, I was breaking even. I wasn't making money at the time.
Yeah.
So I said, let me focus on getting six figures. Now it's not like I'm trying to wait to, grass is greener on the other side. I can make it greener now,
Right.
making six figures, making some good money, and then, day trade too as well. And it's
Right.
going to be easier because it's not like I need the money from day trading.
Right.
Which is like, psychology and
Yep.
all this stuff.
Yep.
And so, before I started, he had a phone call. We had like a one-on-one session. We had a phone call, and a student got a job for $95 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what is he doing? And he said, yeah, AWS Cloud Administrator. I said, let's do it.
Yeah.
So for the next 2 months, I did not do anything. I stopped day trading, and that's huge. I've been every single day, at minimum like 4 or 5 hours, maybe like 6, 7 hours. Because I'm working remote.
That's dope.
I spend that time in learning day trading and to practice the skill set every day for like a year and a half at this point. I did not miss a day.
Nice.
And so for me to stop day trading or stop doing that, for like it was a lot.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big. Yeah.
So, and I love day trading.
Yeah.
And so it took me 2 months from starting his program to get an offer letter for $135,000 a year.
Nice.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like the checks, I was like, yo, what? I
different.
I can't even spend all this money.
Right.
like you get a car.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I just logged in for 2 months every single day. And he was teaching me AWS Cloud Administrator. But now when it was time for me to like search for jobs, I saw that there were more jobs for Cloud Engineer.
Yeah.
And so I did like a small project online. And then I used ChatGPT to change my resume towards the project and my skills that I have.
Right.
And I put that out there.
That's dope, bro.
And there was a specific system that he used to get recruiters to reach out to you. And so I applied the system. On Sunday, I had a recruiter reach out to me on Monday, and he wanted me to do the interview that day. I said, no, let's do it tomorrow because I needed to prep. Yeah. My cousin helped me prep for it. And it was a 1-round interview, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes, he was asking me questions. 15 minutes, I was asking him questions. I was okay on the interview. I didn't crush it. Right. But I crushed it on my personality. Yeah. He said, we need someone like you in this company. Even if you do not get this job, we're going to find something else for you.
That's dope.
And I was like, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
2 hours later, I got the offer letter. $135,000.
Yeah. Were you shaking when you saw it?
I was like, so I was upstairs. My mom was downstairs in the kitchen. I was like, Mom, I was like, we rich. I was like, I'm going to get us out the hood. It's like, we in the mansion, being good. But it was crazy. It was like, yo, 135.
That's dope, man.
It was insane. July 21st, 2023. And I was like, it's go time. Yeah. I'm going to learn everything about Cloud Engineer. I'm going to just lock in. And like I said, I'm not going to say any company names or anything like that. Right. But, or different agencies. So it was a company that had a contract with a government agency. Gotcha. And the government agency, it was a cloud migration project. Okay. And they didn't do anything. Yeah. Like, I was there, and it was like no work. And like I was like the only black person on the team, in my team. I was like,
what's going on?
I was like, they trying to set me up. I was like, I was like, is there work to do? I was like, can I do this? There was like, we're still waiting, for the meetings to start from the government agency. Right. But they kept on pushing them. They just, I was like, what the heck is going on? They're just paying us for free. Right. Yeah. And so I was like, they got a budget they need to spend or something? Like, I'll take the money. But I wanted to learn.
Right.
You know, the money was cool. Honestly, the money was a blessing, but that
Right.
wasn't like my main thing. That was just a
Loved
bonus.
it. Love that,
My
bro.
thing was like, I want to be the don. I want to learn as much as possible with cloud engineering. I got this opportunity. Let's do it.
Right.
Because once I get that skill, it can never leave me.
It could pay for other things as well. Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
And so, I started learning cloud outside of my job, but also within my job because they had like, you know, code inside of GitHub, you know, Jenkins files. They had different stuff.
Right.
And so I was like, what the heck is this? Like, what the heck is a Jenkins file? What is a Docker file? What is
Right.
like, you know, all these things? Like, I was like, yo, what? And so I just chat GBT'd every single thing. And then I had a course that I bought years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, this is this.
Yeah.
And so I went through the course, ChatGPT. Now I'm starting to see and understand the stuff I'm seeing in my job. Even though we're not doing anything, they had that code base.
Yeah.
I was like, let me learn this stuff.
Yeah.
They had me doing like small things because I asked for it, like, what can I do?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so they had me doing like small things like update the Terraform version to a new version and put that in, you know, inside the code base, like the configuration files with using Terraform.
Gotcha.
Just small stuff. Updating a CI/CD pipeline.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't want to go so technical, but it was it gave me the exposure I needed to really go all in on cloud engineer.
Yeah.
And that was when I had a meeting with one of my mentors.
Okay.
And he said, on Friday, we're going to meet and I want you to tell me how much money you want to make per year.
Okay.
And so in my head, I'm like, I'm going to say a number that's going like, he's going crazy. I'm like, I'm going to surprise him. Cool. So Friday comes.
Yeah.
And he's like, how much money you want to make? I said, I want to make $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like proud. I was like, yeah, $250,000. I was like, what? He was like, okay. He was like, what? The number that you just told me, double it. And I'm sitting there like,
$500,000.
I'm like, this guy's smoking crack cocaine. And he was like, I want you to make that within 6 months. And so I was like, yo, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, let me lock in $500,000. $500,000. Just putting that into my brain. Right. Consciousness, attraction, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny because like 2-3 weeks later, after setting this goal, I started to see opportunities to make $500,000.
Yeah.
I always tell people, and I tell the story with my students. It's like I said, it's like God, the universe, whatever you believe in,
right,
started to show me, okay, this is your goal. This is now your. I mean, like when you have something in your mind, you kind of like hone into it.
Yep.
And so I started to see how, and 2 months later, I got 3 offer letters.
Yeah.
So 2 months later, I hit my goal.
Yeah.
Not really. I lied. I was making $489,000.
Yeah.
So like literally almost 500.
Yeah.
But I was like, aim
It's
for the
close
moon,
enough,
hit a
right?
star.
Yeah,
Hit a star.
Yeah.
So I got 3 offer letters. One of them I declined it because it was a conflict of interest with the first company I was working with.
Gotcha.
And they were like, "Oh, how much money are you making?" The offer was for 110. I said,
Yeah.
"No, I'm okay."
Yeah.
And they was, "Oh, we can match you 135." Because before they said 110's the max, so now they say we can match.
I hate when they do that, man.
They try to finesse. But I said no, because I'm already not working at this job. I don't want to like leave the job and now the risk of working a little bit much.
Right.
And then so that was 3 days later. I got another offer letter for $180,000.
Okay.
Total comp. So base was 150. Equity and bonus was 30,000, so 180 total.
Gotcha.
Benefits, all that stuff. And then 5 or 8 days later, I got another offer letter for 170.
Okay.
And so
This was just flat out, or yeah, it was a
it was a
TC and all that.
1099.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, gotcha,
it was
gotcha,
like 170 something.
gotcha.
And so adding the bonuses and equity from like all of my jobs, it was 489,000. I don't know
Okay,
the base, but adding everything together, it was like 489,000.
gotcha.
And when that happened, I was like, I still have the video when I was when I got the offer, like the
Yeah,
last one,
yeah,
because I was doing a meeting with one of my guys, and he witnessed it. I was like, yo, it was just like that was the first time.
yeah.
People say you can do anything you put your mind to,
Right.
but that was the first time I did something. I put my mind to it. Sorry, you can do anything you put your mind to, and then aim for the moon, hit a star.
Yeah,
That was the first time I have a physical, like, there's evidence. And so, like, in my whole belief system just changed.
yeah.
So I already have the mindset, like, I want to impact millions of lives on a global scale.
Right,
And there's no doubt in my mind, like, that it's just a matter of time.
right.
And so that really, really changed how I thought. My mindset changed my finances, like,
Yeah,
dramatically. At that time, I was making $28,000 a month, um, because one of the jobs was a 1099.
yep,
After tax, it would be 25. So even though I got 28, I
yeah,
took taxes out, and 25
yep.
was my net.
Gotcha.
And so use that money, coming from a day trading background. I didn't put that money in day trading. I just used like swing trading, long-term investing, because I
Gotcha.
don't need to go through the emotional,
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure,
psychological stuff.
for sure, for sure.
And so still good money,
Yeah,
especially if you know what you're doing. So just took that money, paid off all my debt,
yeah.
and
Smart, bro.
I invested like 95% of my money. I was still living with my parents,
Smart,
and they're not asking for like, rent or anything like that. Still
Right.
like, paying for different, taking care of stuff like that here
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah.
Invested all my money, like 95% of my money.
Nice.
Um,
When you say invested, what'd you invest in?
so just like stocks, like
Okay,
just
gotcha.
options too as well.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I come
Like,
from,
long,
go
you
ahead.
said swings. Are you doing like leaps as well?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
gotcha.
like leaps, and just like long term buy and hold, like a
Gotcha,
little
gotcha.
bit.
Yeah, gotcha.
So coming from a day trading background,
Yep.
it's like, yeah, I could have made more money if I day traded. And
Yeah.
at that time, you remember 8 months, I was day trading for 8 months, and I was consistently profitable. I would like
Yeah.
to do a year.
Yeah.
But at that time, because I stopped to focus on IT.
Gotcha.
So now coming back and making this money,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't have to day trade. I'm making day trading money,
Right.
25 a month.
Right.
And then now I can just take this money and like leap long-term investments.
Yep.
And I wanted to get to the point where my money is making money for me to pay for my expenses.
Smart. Smart,
And
bro.
so learn that from Not Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Retire Rich, Retire Young by Robert Kiyosaki.
Nice.
Yeah, passive income more than your expenses, essentially. Even if you don't work, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so that was the goal that I had. I wanted to have my passive income to make more money than my expenses. So even if I didn't work, I would still be fine.
Yeah. That's dope, bro.
And so that was my goal. I just used that extra money, invested, paid off my debt. I paid off my debt in a month and a half. And I don't subscribe to Dave Ramsey. My brother was, pay off your debt, pay off your debt. I said,
Yeah.
I took that money,
Yeah.
invested, went into more debt, took out a 20K loan. Like, yeah, I bet all on like just knowledge of myself.
Yeah.
But going back to the subject, paid off all my debt, and just invested.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I see people going on trips. I see people, and I was still doing things here and there, but 95%, like,
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
majority of my money, I'll say that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I knew it was going to pay off, and now we're here. I'm at the point where I just retired my 9 to 5 last month on the 8th,
That's
August
dope,
8th.
bro. That's dope, man.
I bought my new house.
Yeah.
Got my dream car, Porsche Taycan Turbo.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's and I could have got that, back
Earlier or
then,
whatever, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just saved up for it. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
smart.
I
That's
didn't want
smart,
to
bro.
buy it and then I'm broke.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Don't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's smart. Yeah.
And then yeah, so yeah, it's been a crazy journey, but I wouldn't change anything. I think the biggest, most impactful thing of how I got here was my downfalls. Was, me trying to commit suicide. I had promised God if he was to get me out of this situation, I'm going to tell the world what he's done for me.
Yeah.
And there's a lot, even some more stuff that I went through.
Yeah.
But he's brought me out of that situation. Even if I was, homeless.
Yeah.
I will still be thanking God every day.
Yeah.
Because where I was before that was insane.
Yeah.
And so, you know, my testimony, everything that happened to me, everything that I have, it's not even mine. It's all God.
Yeah. Going back to, I guess, I'm glad you brought it back up. The suicide piece, right?
Hmm.
How'd your parents handle that, bro? Did they find out back then?
They didn't know so my dad still doesn't know.
Okay.
My mom knows, but that's after I told her years later.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
so I don't know if your parents are the same or Africans, but when it comes to mental health
Oh yeah.
or like, suicide, like it's like accountability too. Because
Yeah.
realistically, my mom was like pressuring me and forcing me to go back to school for nursing school.
Right.
Like, no, you're going back to this college. I was
Yeah.
going to transition to Hood College
Right.
because I was at Frostburg doing a collaborative program at Allegheny Community College for their nursing program.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And so dropped out. They were like, no, you're going to go to Hood. And I was like, it was just like, it was just so traumatic. It's just something I could not do. It wasn't for me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it was crazy, just a lot of emotions. I'm summarizing it, but years later, I had told my mom, and she didn't really, she didn't really say too much. Instead of like, yeah, you could have like came to me and talked to me. I was like, I did.
Yeah.
Like what? I was
Yeah.
like, help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but Africans, not everyone, but
Right.
they just have a certain way of thinking.
Right.
And they just don't understand some things. They didn't learn it from their parents.
Yeah.
It's up to us to make a difference.
Yep.
But yeah, I taught my mom knows. I don't really know how she feels about it,
Yeah.
but she knows, and obviously she's glad I'm here.
Yeah. No, I am as well, bro. For many different reasons. But one of the things as well is the fact that uh, a lot of Africans do suffer from mental issues, whatever it may be. But how we deal with that in the community, we got to do better.
Yeah.
Not just from parents, but I think also individuals as well, like how we handle it.
Mm.
You got intervened, and you were blessed to get another opportunity. Now you're doing amazing, bro. And there's others who haven't been, fortunate enough to kind of get that help when they needed it. So I'm glad you brought that up, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping that whoever's listening to this and they're kind of like, you feel like the world is ending, for whatever reason, whether it's, it's too much stress, you're just in a situation where you feel like you just can't get out of. It's very important that, so there's always a chance for you to grow past that. And you're a testimony to that, bro.
I had someone reach out to me, and he was telling me like he was depressed, thinking about suicide. And
Yeah.
at this time, no one really knows my story.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it was crazy because he was looking up to me and reaching out. I don't even know he thought I was going to respond, but I literally knew how he felt.
Yeah.
Like I was there,
Right.
And so I told him, I said, look, like I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
As long as you, and it's such a cliche, I've heard this too, and I didn't really like listen to it.
Yeah.
But like, as long as you really put all of those burdens, all of those emotions on God, like have him carry you and wait and be patient. Like even anyone who's listening to this right now, and let's just say you're going through something right now. When I was in your shoes and I heard someone say what I'm about to tell you, it just didn't go in. I was just thinking about the depression. I was thinking about going back to sleep. I was thinking about how I'm gonna kill myself. Like it was crazy. Like I was locked in on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But the reality is, regardless of what you're going through, I understand it. There is light right at the end of the tunnel.
Yep.
Even though you might not believe it or see it, but it's really there. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not better than you. I'm no different from you, and so I'm just giving you something that I wish I had received, which is just to be patient and to rely on God and just wait. It's going to be tough, but there is a purpose for you. God has a purpose for everyone, all of his children's. And so there's a reason why you're going through your situation. There's a reason why you're going through your storm. There's a reason why I did. Maybe it was just to say and talk to you right now. But definitely just be patient and rely on him and just wait. He'll show up for sure. Yeah. So
dope,
yeah.
man. Dope, man. Love that. And then let's talk a bit about I think the accountable decision that you made for yourself as well. You stopped trading. There's a lot of people, not casting shade now. So if you listen to like he's talking about me, no, there's a lot of people that like from a trading standpoint where you're in the red and you continue to dig deeper in the red rather than just all right, let me just stop.
Yeah.
And you focus all your energies now towards learning a different skill set. You poured all the amount of hours that you were in studying trading to now studying something that can bring you almost like guaranteed income
Yep.
because you kind of already saw the picture, the light at the end of the tunnel in a sense,
Yep.
and the 4 to 5 hours and that consistency as well. Similar story as you, like I did the same thing. I studied like probably like 4 to 5 hours as well. You know, after work, grinding with Splunk, cybersecurity, and all that other jazz. And I did that. Mine was I think 3 4 months. I was just kind of locked in. But
Nice.
um, the work is needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like all right, I want to make $200,000, $300,000. It's not just gonna come to you.
You got to put in the work.
You got to put the work in,
Yeah.
and you did that.
Yeah.
And everybody that I've talked to that's been successful, whether it's in tech or folks that talk off of the podcast, a lot of it is them putting the work behind it, studying your craft, really being good at what you want to say you want to do, and then from there, it'll pick up. So,
I think anybody listening to this, there was one guy, I forgot his name on YouTube. He said one thing: everything works, like absolutely everything.
Yeah,
like drop shipping. Amazon FBA, day trading, real estate, selling. Every single thing works.
Right.
People think like there's scams out there, and yes, there are scams. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of the times we scam ourselves. Like we literally give up. It's like digging, and gold is there, and you just stop because you don't see immediate results, or maybe, like he had said, you should do something, and Alex Mosey talks about this too, but do something for like 10 years, and then now see like your results, like see the output. Okay, does this work or not? More than likely 10 years you're going to figure it out. And so it's I just wanted to add that based on what you were saying, because I think a lot of the times we give up too early and we don't see the results, and then we switch to something else, and it's the same cycle of like getting excited, valley of despair, actually learning like, oh, this is hard, and then they give up, shiny object syndrome, same thing, and then they don't see any life-changing results. But if they were just to wait, just wait, they will still see success. I mean, they will see success over time.
And I guess similar to like when I was teaching, we kind of talked about this off camera. That's why I stopped teaching my courses with Splunk and a few other things I was doing. It's because there's be students that'll be excited once they hear how much you can make. But then when you tell them this is the work that you have to put in, whether it's doing the practicals, whether it's setting up like VPCs, setting up like instances and being able to connect them, have somebody break into your box, break the system, and then you try to fix it. Like it's like things like that you have to do because you have to do this at work. We're not just telling you to do these things just because we want you to do them. This is things that scenarios we face in the work environment, but a lot of the students don't want to do that. And for me, they hopped off of that and then they went to whether Scrum, they went to like database engineering, they went to like some other stuff. I'm like, I think that you still got to put in that work that's necessary.
You can't escape that.
And a lot of times I think for folks who are trying to get into tech now, like the work is going to be there. Regardless of what industry you want to pivot to, the work is going to be there. Yeah, you may get lucky and break into one field, but if you want to progress in that field, that work still exists and you have to put in that work.
I had one of my students, so just to touch on what you said, it's 2 points, but I tell people if they're like, interested in my program, I literally tell them, do not join my program if you're not going to put in the work. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Typically, I see people getting the skill set 2 to 3 months. It's an 8-week program. But you are literally going to waste your time and money if you invest and you do not do the work. Like literally, I figured everything out. Like as long as you can go through everything step by step, you'll be fine. But don't join if you're just gonna like shiny object. Like you really have to ask yourself. And a lot of people, they like, they see things that looks good. But when they see the actual work, it's just a mindset. It's really just about really asking yourself, what do you want? What do you want out of life? Ask that question. I was teaching a master class with my students. It's something I came up with, like, what's your emotional why? Your emotional why is the thing that's going to fuel you. Your emotional why has to make you cry. It has to be outside of yourself. And so for me, I wanted to retire my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
Right. Literally, that made me cry.
Right.
So that's why I was spending every single day day trading,
Yep.
learning it for like 4, 5, 6 hours
Yep.
every single day.
Yep.
And I did not miss.
Yeah.
And so that was my emotional why. What
Right.
is going to be the fuel that's going to drive the car to get to your destination?
Yep.
And so really asking yourself, what do you want? Like, okay, what life do you want?
Yeah.
Okay. And then also you can have that, this is what you want, the destination, but no fuel.
Yeah.
Or not even realizing it. So what's your emotional why?
Yeah.
And so once you have those, the car, the vehicle that you're going to use, it could be day trading, it could be IT, it could be anything.
Yeah.
And then you have your emotional why, the fuel to actually drive. And, the GPS, the destination is what you want out of life.
Yeah.
If you have those things and it's really locked in,
Yeah.
you can have anything you want in life.
Yep. No,
Absolutely, and everything.
Yeah, I'm fully with you there. Yeah, mine was like for my wife, like when she was with our daughter, I saw how much it hurt her, like wanting to kind of stay with her longer when she just had the baby. And I'm like, and there's a lot of people that can't afford that, to be able to say, all right, my wife can stay home for 6, 7 months, whatever it is, to bond with our child.
That's
with
important.
maternal leave, whatever it is, like it's usually like 3 to 6 months, depending on what company you're with. And 6 months is like pretty long, but generally it's 3 months. But then after that, you gotta go right back. But imagine now you can't do that because you don't have that sort of environment to be able to do that. You got to work, or otherwise you can't eat. And when I saw where my wife was there, it did something to me. I don't know what it was, but it did something. It was like, nah, I got to change that.
That was that
And,
spark.
yeah, and that for me was like, yeah, I ran off with that, bro. And there's others you may have like your emotional whys, but you got to cling on to that, whatever that is. And it may change too as you go along with it. Because like mine, I started getting to a point now. Of course, my wife can do whatever she wants almost at this stage now. But then by my mom home, my dad is still, he's doing his own thing still.
Yeah.
But like it adopts or adapts rather, and it changes as you go along. But at the end of the day, you got to cling on to that, and then that makes your focus a lot sharper and stronger. So anyway,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I'm taking notes right now.
I
know people taking notes over there. Okay.
Another thing you mentioned, which you're better than me when it comes to like bad boot camps. One of the reasons I started this podcast was because of that. There have been so many people that have been burnt by bad boot camps, especially in our community.
Yep.
People that literally just say, okay, like you said, they'll hunt you until you pay, but then as soon as you pay, ghost you.
It's insane.
Yeah, they'll give you silly documentation and just say, I'm like, that's free stuff. Somebody can go ahead and look at.
Like, where's the ethics?
Exactly.
Where's the ethics?
Yeah, and that to me, like that used to piss me off so much.
Crazy.
And this isn't like small money. This is $5,000 to $10,000, and for those who make really good money, at the end of the day, it's like it's not much for you. But imagine for someone who works at McDonald's or Uber or whatever it is, that's a lot of money. They saved up like months. And for some of them, it's like their life savings, and they're giving that to you as an entrusted teacher, mentor, whatever it is, and you just kind of ghost them. That used to burn me so much, and that's one of the reasons I started this podcast. Where if you have a question about any specific boot camp out there or training or whatever it is, and you want to ask about it, please let me know. If I don't know the answer, I'll reach out to my community that knows it. Like my goal is you don't have to pay at all. My thing is just to enlighten people, and then also to kind of cast light on the folks who are doing good boot camps, doing good trainings, versus those who are not. Because it really just burns me to think that you think that less of people just to take their life savings.
It's crazy.
And just run off with that.
I mean, the thing, I believe in karma, and like people know what they're doing.
Yep.
Like they know what they're doing.
100.
It's like, I mean, to each his own.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge? But something I do in my business, and I think every business owner should have this, that's selling anything.
Yeah.
I have 2 rules. If you do not get what you're paying for, you get your money back, no questions asked.
Right.
Why should you pay for something that you thought you were going to get and you did not get?
Right.
The only exception is like, okay, if you pay for it and you didn't do the work, that's on you. Right. And then the second thing is, so when I invest in anything, from my standards, if I make 10 times of what I paid for, that's an amazing investment.
Yep.
If I invested $1,000, I get $10,000 back. Cool.
Right.
If I put $10,000 in the stock market, it comes back $100,000.
Right.
That's within 12 months. That's insane.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so one thing that I look for when I invest is a 10x return. And so with anything that I put out there as a product, if you do not make 10 times what you paid for, you get your money back, no questions asked. But that's how I know that my product is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if it's not, you wouldn't get what you paid for. You get your money back.
Yeah.
And then also, if you don't make 10 times, you get your money back, no questions
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah.
But a lot of people can't say that.
Yeah.
They'll go bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that you backing that too, that's really dope. So let's talk about that. What is it that you offer for folks who may be interested, bro?
Cool.
Yeah.
So I have a 8-week cloud engineer program. I recently, the last couple of months, I hired my star student full time. He is amazing. His name is Felipe.
Okay.
But he teaches the program in 4 weeks. And so it's just a way that people can get the skill set faster if they show up to the bootcamp calls, like live bootcamp calls. But essentially, I'm teaching people how to break into tech, or if you're already in tech, how to be a cloud engineer, scale to $500,000 a year, and work anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day.
Dope.
On average.
Dope,
It could be less, it could be a little bit more. So it could be a little bit more, but I wouldn't even do that. There's a way to work less, working at certain companies.
Gotcha.
But essentially that's what I do. I teach people from A to Z.
Yeah.
I've helped people who literally, I won't say his name, but he didn't, high school degree, high school diploma, Marine, no certs, no degree. He didn't even know what like a hard drive was. He just knew how to turn on a computer and search something on Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
I took him from that to AWS cloud engineer, the tech stack, doing real world projects, cloud migration, deploying in different, using a CI/CD pipeline, deploying in different environments, just everything that you need, monitoring. And so now he's making 110,000, and now he's going for 500,000 with job stacking ethically and legally.
Nice. Nice.
And so, essentially, that's what I teach. I can take you from scratch.
Yeah.
If you're experienced, I had someone come to me. He was, I think, 3 years in the game, 5 years in the game, cloud engineer.
Yeah.
But he could not get a job.
Yeah.
And that makes me talk about, I teach two things, two skill sets. The reason why I do not like boot camps is they will teach you the stuff,
Basics, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And this is what happened to me. And then once they finish, if you're lucky, they'll give you projects. They should be giving you projects, real world projects that is related to the market in terms of what's in demand currently in the market, not just any projects.
Right.
So most programs, boot camps, they'll say, go ahead and apply to jobs and track it. A lot of people don't know that there's 5 ways of getting an offer letter. 99% of the population only know about one way, and it's the lowest converting rate to an offer letter. It's a 2 to 3%,
Okay.
which is applying to jobs.
Yep.
And I learned this through a mentorship that I paid for, 25 years of experience as a recruiter. And so one of the ways that I show people how to get offer letters, instead of us trying to, apply to jobs, hoping to get an interview, I position myself in a way, or my students in a way, where we have recruiters reaching out to us. And so it's a lot easier. A lot less time applying for jobs.
Yeah.
But essentially, going back, there's 2 skill sets that I teach. AWS cloud engineer, minimum $130,000 a year, based off the experience that you gain from my program.
Yeah.
And then also, so like the tech stack, right? Like Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible, Jenkins, Git, GitHub, like the whole 9 yard. The AWS, the cloud platform that I use is AWS.
Okay.
So AWS cloud engineer.
Gotcha.
You learn that skill. Tech stack. You're able to articulate the projects, everything.
Yeah.
The second skill that I teach is how to consistently get recruiters reaching out to you to set up for interviews. Once you get the interview, that's half the battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I teach you how to be able to position yourself as one of the top candidates on any job interview. I've gotten hired by 6 6-figure cloud engineer positions. And I interviewed all of them. I said, why did you hire me? What made me different? They all say the very similar things. Very similar. There's certain characteristics that they look for. There's certain problems that they had that I was able to solve through my communication, through my experience.
Yeah.
And so all of that stuff that they look for in a candidate, I put that in my program. So you have the answers to the test.
Gotcha.
Also, most people don't know this, but in every job description that you see, there is a technical problem, and that's typically what you see on the job description. Some of them are more important than others, but there's a business problem too that you have to be able to solve. Before you even answer the question, tell me about yourself, you have to understand those two problems that they have. There's questions that I ask to be able to understand that even before I get on the interview.
Gotcha.
And so essentially, just to round it up, there's two skill sets that I teach: cloud engineer, and then the second skill set is getting consistent interviews and then being one of the top candidates on a job interview. That is the product that I have. If you do not get that, that's why I say you get your money back, no questions asked, et cetera, et cetera. I am very authentic. I'm never going to tell somebody something that's just going to sound nice.
Right.
You'll get a job in 3 months. You'll get a job in 6 months. I have no idea when you get a job.
Right.
I've seen people get it in the fastest is a month and 21 days.
Yeah.
Because of his mindset, he put everything on this.
Right.
Longest, like a year, because he gave up and he ended up coming back.
Yeah.
So it just depends on you. But what I can say is, the skill set, that is something that I tell people, I'm not teaching you how to get a job.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you the skill set for you to fish for yourself, as long as this opportunity exists.
Yeah.
And this seems like it's going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
And so that's essentially what I teach. In terms of cloud engineering, I do have a university called the 1% University.
Gotcha.
Essentially, it's a step-by-step blueprint on how to make your first $1 million net worth. And so freshman year, just to kind of summarize it, how to never live paycheck to paycheck. Because I can teach you how to make 6 figures, but if you're still living paycheck to paycheck, it doesn't
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
And so just basic, stuff to set yourself up. It's how to never live paycheck to paycheck. It's automated. You pay the bills, invest in money for yourself, and highest ROI is your knowledge.
Yeah.
And fund money, just different stuff.
Gotcha.
So that's freshman year. That's the foundation of like the pyramid. The second thing is, now that you understand how to manage your money, how do you make more money?
Okay.
Cloud engineer. Minimum is $25,000 a year. Sorry, $25,000 a month. So now that you're now to manage money, now that you're making more money, junior year is how do you use your money to make money for you?
Okay.
So my background's in day trading. I used to teach day trading, but I don't teach that anymore. Yeah.
It's a stressful thing.
It is not for the average person. But I show people how to, put your money somewhere where it can make more money for you on a consistent basis. Mm-hmm. If you have a system and if you know what you're doing. Everything is risk, but you can dramatically lower the risk if you're educated on the vehicle that you're investing in.
Yeah.
And so freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, that is available. Senior year is not available right now because that's something I'm doing myself.
Okay.
How do you use other people's money to make money for you?
Gotcha.
Right. So once you have a business funding, just different stuff, like real estate. That's one of the things I want to get into, multifamily real estate, things like that. But ethically, I will not teach something I haven't done.
Yeah.
And so freshman year, sophomore year, junior year alone, there's a capstone that I have in my university. Gotcha. Where it's like you actually track your net worth to be able to get $1 million, manage your money, $25,000 a month. Now use that money to make money for you. Literally the same thing I did.
Gotcha.
And just giving them that same blueprint.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
When it comes to AI, because people are gonna ask, okay, are there jobs? What's your views on that in terms of like AI? How's it impacted like your industry and whatnot?
So, do your own research. Anybody listening to me, because anybody can tell you anything, but like actually look at the data. And look up how, you can even ChatGPT it. How is AI helping or not helping the cloud engineer marketplace? Microsoft came out with an article where essentially it's only helping us, creating more opportunities. I believe AI doesn't replace jobs. No, it does. That's still a true statement. Like it does replace, low skills,
Right.
jobs.
Right.
So that is true, but it's an also true statement that AI doesn't replace jobs. People that know how to utilize AI replace jobs, replace people, right? For example, at the end of the day, if I'm able to go to a company and give them, if I'm able to help them make more money faster and maybe even save money too as well, as opposed to someone that's going to take longer. Essentially, my skill sets of having AI enhances my efficiency, how fast I can actually deliver, the value. I'm helping them make more money and save money at a faster rate. So AI, I'm leveraging AI to be able to do so, making me more valuable in the marketplace as opposed to someone who doesn't even know what ChatGPT is.
Right.
Right. So um, I think that AI, yes, is replacing certain jobs, and definitely research those things using AI, ChatGPT, it'll tell you. But then also you want to ask yourself, what is a high income skill set that I can use AI to enhance that skill set too as well, and make me even more valuable to the marketplace. And cloud engineering is one of those things for me. So I use AI really to do most of my work.
Yeah.
Like it's a something that would have took. So I needed to use Terraform to build out um, an alert service. Like once there's a trigger, like CPU utilization. Just, I don't want to go so technical, but
Yeah.
alert service sends an email using SNS topics, stuff like that. Um, had an API gateway inside the. So, anyways, I used Terraform to build that out for me in 2 minutes. I use AI to do so,
Yeah.
yes, and then it would have took me like 2 weeks
Yeah. Yeah. To research all the different resources and how to.
and put it
Yeah. Yeah.
together. And
Yeah.
if I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
coding it myself, like
Yeah.
I don't, I use AI to do everything for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm able to deliver the product faster, 2 weeks or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If there's somebody that you wanted to hire, he would have took you 2 minutes to set up this studio.
Yeah.
It's a nice studio, by the way.
Appreciate it.
And
Shout out, wifey.
yeah, I was about to say that. But yeah, so it would have took him 2 weeks as opposed to another employee that would have done it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You would hire the person that would do it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because opportunity cost too as well.
Right.
Maybe having this in 2 minutes would have brought your business $50,000. Just an example.
Right.
But now that money is not there because you have to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so that just means you're adding more value to the company if you're able to actually utilize AI to save more time.
Yeah.
And so there's just a lot of different things I can go into. But AI, if you understand that and then another skill set and mix the two, you can become a very valuable person in the marketplace, and it will only help you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I agree with that. I think when you're thinking about AI, a tech talk on this so for those who don't know what tech talks are, it's basically like stories on Instagram where we talk about different technical topics. But I talked about like semiconductors and the importance of semiconductors. But when you think about semiconductors, a lot of these things are going to be used throughout all your different technologies. And one of the places that's going to be heavily utilized is data centers. Data centers house servers. These servers are what we quote unquote cloud computing. And with the influx of different LLMs that are being produced out there, what it's going to utilize more is more CPU, GPUs, CPUs. I think there's another FGMA, whatever it's called, that it needs in order to process as much information that it has now. So when you think about when you put something into ChatGPT, how it answers certain questions, like all of those things come from data that's stored somewhere and needs to be accessed pretty fast and be able to respond to you pretty fast. All of that stuff is housed in data centers. And in order to access those things from data centers, you need cloud engineers that manage a lot of these resources, not just from a administration, from a security, architecting. There's so many different opportunities there. So I just wanted to buffer that point that if you're looking to get into tech and you're not quite sure, cloud engineering is a very, very good option, a good route. So
I
just
tell
want to throw that in there.
people, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no, you good, bro.
I was I tell people at the end of the day, yes, right now it says cloud jobs is growing. It's um they perceive it to grow within the next couple of years even more than what it's at right now. Like the market is going to increase.
Yeah,
But what I tell people is like you never know like when something is like no one really knows for sure. There's like a higher probability. Yes,
right.
the market is going to increase. But for me, and I tell my students, look, if you see an opportunity, seize it.
Yep,
That's why I
yep,
invested 95% of it because I was like, this
yep.
is crazy. I don't know how long it's going to be.
Right.
I want to get to the point where even if something was to happen, I'm okay.
Yep.
And so,
100.
yeah, just to touch on your point too, yes, AI and cloud right now it is it is unreal.
Right.
It's just unreal for me because I don't know any job where like I use AI to make my resume. I use AI to help me prep for the interview. Once I got the job, I use AI to do the job. But then also, so like me just leveraging AI
Yeah.
as a skill save me more time. And then also, in terms of how much there's just a lot more opportunities being dumped into the marketplace because of AI too as well
Yep. Yep.
within certain industries. And so yeah, just want to touch on that too.
No, no, no. That's a good point, man. Um, Last couple questions, man. You did touch on like wanting to do some stuff back home, like Nigeria.
Yep.
Like, what sparked that passion, like wanting to help out back in Nigeria, bro?
So 2014 was the first time I went to Nigeria,
Okay.
and I'm very empathetic. Like
Right.
I feel emotions, and it's when I was younger, I didn't know how to control it. Still, anyways, it could be annoying at times.
Yeah.
And so I went to Nigeria.
Yeah.
My parents were from Ado Ekiti,
Okay.
so um, we went to like the nice spots. Nigeria is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no matter what anybody says,
Right.
Nigeria is either you're really rich or you're really poor, like
Yep.
extreme levels.
Right.
It's no middle class.
Yep. Yep.
And so we went to the nice spots. It was beautiful. Went on the beach, ate some good food, spent some time with my family. But then my parents wanted us to take us to where they were from. They're from the village.
Yeah.
Um, so in between that, it's like imagine driving from like Maryland to like New York.
Yeah.
And in between that, I saw, and I will never forget, I saw just like a sea of people, elderly, like 20s, 30s, 40s, little kids.
Yeah.
The elderly people, they're like on the curb and they're like looking like lifeless. The kids have like scars, like scabs, like dirt, like poverty.
Yeah.
It was like a sea of people.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling all of this. I'm like, it was a culture shock for sure. I was like, from that day, I said, I'm going to help everyone on this, like everyone I see. My cousin was in the car. He was like, bro, that's unrealistic. You can't help everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like stubborn. I was like, no, I'm going to help everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I've grown up and I realized you can't help everyone. You can only help people who want to help themselves, but and you can't help everyone.
Right.
But I wanted to create something back at home to give back.
Yeah.
To make a situation better.
Yeah.
And so the 1% University, we're gonna actually, really roll this out next year, 2026, but just to build nonprofit schools in Nigeria. Everything that I talked about freshman year, sophomore year, junior, like all that stuff. Excuse me. Pretty much just to be able to provide a resource where they can access to be able to, generate income.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of smart people in Nigeria.
Yep.
It's a lot of corruption.
Right.
I know I've heard people go to school, be a doctor, medical doctor, and they're driving like Uber, like they're driving like taxis, and they're getting paid like $20 a month.
Yeah.
Right. $10. It's insane.
It's crazy, bro.
And so, some people they resort to like robbing, stealing, like just a rough life because there's literally no opportunities.
Yep.
And so I want to be able to create a resource where, hey, you don't have to do nothing crazy.
Right.
Here's a different path, a resource free where you can just tap into and get this skill set to be able to make a substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do in my life purpose is to build that school, university, not only in Nigeria, but other third world countries that really need this resource.
Yeah.
And so when I say I want to impact millions of lives on a global scale, that's pretty much what I mean.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Dope, man. Are you partnering with anyone to kind of spin this up? Because at scale, that's going to be a lot.
Yeah. So I haven't thought about, I don't have anybody right now in terms of partners.
Yeah.
I want to start small in Nigeria to test it out. Like this is an idea when to
Yeah.
test it out. So many things that can go wrong. People are funny.
Yeah.
But I want to test it out next year. I've already gave my information, like the 1% University, to like my cousins to see if they'll learn it. Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to actually build a facility, just something small and controlled, just to
Gotcha.
test it out
That's dope.
and see if this is something that we can actually scale. But I don't have any partners right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool, man. Well, I'm definitely wishing you best of luck
Thank you.
as you go through that, man. I've had a lot of Nigerian friends on the pod, and a lot of you are doing some amazing things back home.
Wow.
So my hope with the whole Africans in Tech piece is that, what your vision is. I definitely see it lining up with what Ade is doing with Real Foster, with what Rubina is doing. And I think even with Nimi, what she's doing, I think a lot of those things are very much connected.
Mm.
And my hope is that as you guys build, your solutions and technologies and products back there, that you guys are able to kind of synergize and make things, at a much grander global scale, whatever that looks like. So, yeah, man.
Africans in Tech. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if folks want to get in touch with you, man, what's the best way to, connect with you, bro?
So Instagram is the best way. Just DM me 1%. So my Instagram is Tayo Lucy, TAYOLUSI. On most social media platforms, you're going to find me at Tayo Lucy. And so just reach out to me, type 1%, and that's literally how you get started on your journey. We're going to ask you some questions. We're going to see what you're looking for to see if we can actually even help you. I will say I do not accept just anybody. I just want to work with people who are serious, who are ready, really just ready to take action. So if you're serious, just reach out to me and we'll talk.
Awesome, man. I didn't ask this question, but what does next 5 years look like for you, bro?
So the next 5 years. So I thought, I didn't think I was doing something. Like I always try to remain humble because I don't want God to humble me. But I met someone at InvestFest. His name is Cedric Nash.
Okay.
He has a book. I think it's Why Does White People Have All the Wealth? And he kind of talks about different levels of wealth.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like I was like, dang, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. Like equity, liquid, like assets. I'm like this, and I love this stuff. It's like playing a video game. So it's like, dang, I just bought a new game and I can play it all day. And so I'm learning so much. And right now I'm restructuring my wealth plan. Right now for the next 5 to 10 years. But not just money wise. So right now, still in the process of restructuring my wealth. And I don't really like to say numbers, but just in a way where within the next 2 to 3 years, I know you said let's say 5. Within the next 5 to 10, really have it set up where not only I have a system to consistently like buy assets. To be able to put those assets into like, LLC, holding company, trust. And so I haven't set that up yet. I need to.
Okay.
But then also really, really understanding how to build generational wealth, not just on setting up certain rules in your trust, things like that. It's still stuff I have to learn. I just know a little bit about it. But then also really educating, when I do have kids, educating them too as well, on how to steward the wealth.
Gotcha.
Right. And so having a system for that, building that out, where essentially financially, me, my family, my wife, kids, I don't have a wife, I don't have a girl, I don't have kids, but making sure that they're straight. And then my kids, and all that, generations to come.
Gotcha.
So really just creating that right now. And then 5 to 10 years. So that's just on the money side. 5 to 10 years, I always say I want to impact millions of lives, but really honing in on what that means.
Gotcha.
And setting up different milestones and how we can track that. How um, maybe right now we just go for 100,000 or
Yeah.
10,000, right? Just so tracking different milestones
Yeah.
on and creating a system for that. So even when I'm gone, my kids, whoever's going to take over, this, they're
Yeah.
going to still be able to track how many people we're impacting. So really focusing on purpose right now and wealth
Gotcha.
and generational wealth. And so 5 to 10 years, just creating a system for that where it's ongoing.
That's dope, bro. That's
Yeah.
dope, man. You did mention something that I also ask guests from time to time. You said no wife, no girlfriend. What's going on with that? Are you looking?
So I'm the youngest, and
Okay.
so I always like to like if I see my dad beating on my brother, I'm
Yeah.
like, what did you do? I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So I like
Yeah.
to learn from other people,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I always hear woman is our greatest downfall.
Yeah.
Depending on the woman,
Yeah.
right? It can be your rib, and she could be enhance you in so many ways.
Right.
So right now, I'm not looking.
Okay.
Um, if I meet someone, she's cool. Like,
Yeah.
we can talk.
Right.
Um, but I intentionally don't look because I'm like just prioritizing my purpose,
Gotcha.
and I'm not trying to get caught up in certain situations. Some girls are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I love peace of mind. You can't buy peace of mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so some girls will take that away. They'll take that away. So
Kid, you laughing back there, man.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm not trying to get caught up. I like my peace of mind. Family oriented. So right now, just I have a nephew that was just born on the
Nice.
3rd,
Nice.
and a niece. So just spending time with them, trying to spend more time with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I meet a girl, it has to be like I pray,
Yeah.
for God to give me, my rib at at the right time.
Yeah.
But if she comes, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
But she is going to be vetted for sure. Like background checks, like 4 different interviews, government background check at that. But yeah, it's not something I'm not looking right now. I'm just focusing on myself, my
Yeah.
purpose, becoming the best version of myself as a man.
Yeah.
And honestly, I started investing in my kids.
Yeah.
I don't even have kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So making sure like just want to make sure if I meet a girl, she doesn't have to worry about nothing.
Gotcha.
But she has to be of substance and value.
Gotcha.
Bring
Yeah.
something to the table, but essentially I'm taking care of everything.
Yeah.
So my mentor really taught me that like that mindset takes care of his mom and dad and then his wife's mom and dad. So it's just like, that's what I looked up to.
Yeah.
And that's, essentially where I just want to build. I want to be at the point where it's like, okay, we meet each other, you're fine.
Yeah.
Our kids are fine. My mom and dad are fine. Your parents, if they're not fine, let's get them good.
Yeah.
So that's
dope. That's dope, man. And your mentor, what does he do now?
So he's in tech, funny
He's in
enough.
tech? Okay,
Yeah, because
okay.
at the time I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in tech.
Okay.
Yeah, he has this. I gotta catch up with him. He doesn't even know I have a Porsche now. A Porsche. Yeah, he knows I got the house.
Yeah.
Because he's my uncle.
Yeah.
So like, and he has his own company.
Yeah.
And when I graduated college, I thought he was gonna give me help. And I was so mad at him. I was like, yo, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but he said, Tayo, I'm not gonna give you no handouts.
Right.
He
Gotta
said,
grind for it.
you're gonna be able to say you are a self-made millionaire one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that right there is so valuable.
Yep.
Like that's just something you can be proud about.
Right.
Take pride in.
Yeah.
And yeah, if he gave me a job at that time,
Yeah.
I would have missed the best, thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, the best thing that ever happened to me was the worst job I ever got.
Yeah.
Because that's when I found that dog in me when I was in the fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dog is still in me today.
Yeah.
I don't have to work, but I don't call it work. I love this so
Yeah.
much. It's like playing a video game,
Yeah.
like helping people, serving people and getting them to the highest level.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he would have gave me that job, I don't think I would have gotten the same level of hunger
Right.
that I have now to today.
That's dope.
So him, not giving me that opportunity was a blessing. And he did that intentionally. He knew
Yeah.
what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me later, he's like, yeah, I did that on purpose. I wanted you to figure it out.
Right.
Because you were like relying too much on other people.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
dope, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, this has been a dope episode, bro. For those who may have missed Tayo's like socials, we'll have all of that. Wherever you're watching this, whether it's Spotify, if you're listening, YouTube, if you're watching in, of course, TikTok, Instagram as well. For those who have any questions about Tayo's handles or anything like that, feel free to let us know. We'll have his socials wherever you're watching this, whether it's TikTok, Spotify, YouTube. We'll have all of his information there. Hit us up at africansinTechnology@gmail.com. Again, it's africansinTechnology@gmail.com. My name is Saul Levy. That's Africans in Tech, where we're building bridges and shaping futures in tech. All right, fam? Hey, what up, fam? This is Saul Levy, host of Africans in Tech, where we're building bridges and shaping futures in tech. Just a quick reminder for those who've not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. You can catch all of our content, including our whiteboard sessions, where you'll find our full-length videos on our channel. And hit that notification bell, fam. All right?